So it's a day one for statistics made easy virtual SPSS workshop on basics and beyond. And as Dr. Santosh have already explained that today what we will do. So these are the list of the topics, and we will do one by one. And time is short, so if we left in between, so we will discuss tomorrow, because you have these things you have to understand. So I will explain in slowly manner, not fast. So you have to with me. So first of all, what is statistics? So as we know that it's a play with data. So we have to play with data, that is a statistics. So like for any game to play, we should have a platform or background. So similarly for statistics, we have various software to play with data called statistical software. So these are the statistical software I have in my laptop, and these are very helpful. And many more other software are available to perform statistical programs. Now data entry in MS Excel. Why I choose this MS Excel data entry? Why not directly in SPSS? Because every computer, laptop, smartphone, tablet has MS Excel, not SPSS. It's a user-friendly, usability and accessibility. So it is recommended by most of the statisticians to enter data in MS Excel. Once data are entered, they can be easily imported to any statistical software. All statistical software are compatible with MS Excel. So it's a beauty of MS Excel sheet. Now, outline of the Excel sheet. I know most of candidates know about Excel sheet. So the Excel spreadsheet has columns, rows, and cells. But when we enter data, they make many mistakes. And when they come to a statistician, and when the statistician see the Excel sheet, so okay, the statistician cannot import these Excel sheet to the any other software, statistical software, for example, SPSS. The problem, what are the problem I will discuss. So this is Excel sheet. You all are familiar with this. And when we talk about the various columns, we know about these are the columns A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and infinity. These are the columns. And where are the rows in Excel sheet? These are the rows. Horizontal, these are the rows, and vertical, the columns. And where the cells? So these are the cells. And each observation we have to enter in each cell. Never merge these cells. Each observation must be in each cell. Never merge cell for data entry. If you want to analyze the data, or if you want to import these data into SPSS, never merge these cells. So 6 rules of thumb to enter data in Excel sheet. So everybody must follow these rules. So number 1, variable name must be entered in the first row of Excel sheet. So you have to remember, first row of Excel sheet means variable name. The first row is equal to variable name. For example, patient name, age, gender, height, weight, systolic BP, diastolic BP, you have to enter in first row. Number 2, each observation must be entered in each cell. I have already explained about this. And each variable must be entered in each column. First column in spreadsheet must be serial number. So first column is equal to serial number. Remember, first column always be serial number. You have to give serial number and never merge any cell in spreadsheet. Now, space between words of any variable is treated as illegal character in statistical software. For example, if you want to separate words in variable, use underscore instead of giving space. These are minor things. So for example, variable है history of present illness. So please write down is history underscore present underscore illness. Or you can write down history pre underscore ill. So it's a short form. Please give underscore, never give space. You can give space, it okay, there is no problem. But sometimes it will face a problem because if you don't give space, so you don't remember what the actual variable name. So according to rule of thumb, this is a perfect Excel sheet, and you can see here, 1 minute. You can see here one first row contains variable name, patient name, age group, and these are the other variable names. First column, this is a serial number always. Excel serial number is separate, but we have give our serial number. We have to give our serial number. Then all. Each cell contain each observation separately. Separately, each cell contain each observation. This is according to rule of thumb. But what we see, and yeah, you have to remember when you enter data in Excel sheet, so there are two format. This is wider format, okay? This is wider format and this is longer format. And what the use of this? If you want to enter data of this patient number 1, serial number 1, and you have to enter, and if you have follow-up study, and you have to enter follow-up data, for example, after 7 weeks, okay, at 15 days, at like 1 month, at 2 month, at 3 month, at 4 month. So you have to enter data in wider format from left to right. Okay. And what about longer format? Longer format, if you have groups, okay, if you have groups, you can see here, this is a group and this is number 1 group. And below this is number 2 group. So according to group, you have to enter data in longer format. But according to follow-up of the patients, you have to enter data in a wider format. But what happened? This is Excel sheet. You can see here, it's a very well organized Excel sheet. And one resident came to me, please analyze these data. And it took around 3 to 4 hours to make a simple Excel sheet according to this. 3 to 4 hours. So you can see serial number. Okay, this is serial number. First row is serial number. Okay, first column is serial number. Sorry, first column is serial number. It's okay, very good. But what about first row is your variable name. But here what happened? These are other variable. We have to start data entry from second row, but these are the rows empty. So this Excel sheet cannot be imported in SPSS. So we have to tackle all these things. We have to use our mind to make a simple Excel sheet. You can see this is around long format Excel sheet. Okay, so this is, it's not, we cannot use it directly, so we have to modify it according to using these 6 rules of Excel sheet, how to enter data in Excel sheet. So I'm going to demo how to enter data in Excel sheet after that. But before enter data, we have to know knowledge about data. We have to have knowledge about data. Then we can take action. What are the data? So we have to remember these things. We have to understand data. So it's my request, next three or four slides are very important. And if you remember these, if you understand these three and four slides, then your 50% work of statistics will complete. Only three and four slides, but you have to understand these things. So I'm going to tell about what is data and about data types. So what is data? Anything in this universe and beyond this universe. Anything. This is data. And what is statistics? It is play with the data. So there is a great relationship with data and statistics. But what I say, not only just play with the data. It's a, it is understand the data, talk with data, listen to data, and play with the data according to me. So first of all, if I want to understand statistics, I want to perform any statistic, I have to understand the data. I should talk with data and listen to data, what the data is telling to us or telling to us. And then we should play with the data every time. Okay, and practice human beings makes perfect human beings. Okay. So first of all, if you understand this slide and these three and four slide, 50% work complete of this statistics. So when we talk about data or variable, so we know that in this universe there are two types of variables, quantitative and qualitative, not more than this, not mixed type, quantitative and qualitative variables. And when we talk about the quantitative variables, these are the numbers. Any number you can take, any number, these are the numbers. But when we talk about the qualitative variable, these are as per our description. And these are the example. And when we talk about the quantitative data further, so there are two types, continuous data and discrete data. And when we talk about the continuous data, the data has fractions or decimals. And if we cannot give any fractions, we have to present that data in whole number. We cannot give any decimal or fractions. We cannot. If we want, but we cannot. These are called discrete data. Whole number usually counts. Number of family members. You never give any fractions or decimal. 4, 5 family members, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never 4.5, 3.5, 3.2. Never. So these are the discrete. You have to think. You have to understand the data. You have to talk with data. Pulse rate. Never give. If you want, but you never give fractions or decimals. Number of chairs. Even the chair is broken, but you never give any decimal or fractions. Even chair is broken, we never give. It's a logic. So we have to understand this is discrete data. Number of pets in the family, we never give fractions. This is a whole number. So this is a pulse rate, respiratory rate. We never give any decimal. We cannot give. If you want, but we cannot give. This is called a discrete. But when we talk about the continuous data, usually measures and can give fractions. For example, we can give points or decimals. For example, age, height, weight, BMI, systolic BP, diastolic BP, these are the. But there is a questions, oh, age, we never give points. In systolic BP or diastolic BP, we never give points. But when we think that when we talk about the age, so there is age and there is some days or months then, but what in actual or formal situations, we just give age 20 years, 30 years, 25 years, but participant never say 25.5, 23.3, whatever. But actual age is around this when we like measure or count. When we talk about the SBP or DBP, these are never come in decimals. But I want to give example about the systolic BP or diastolic BP. These are the continuous data, not a discrete data. Even if we are not giving this decimals, I think anesthesia people know very well about this systolic and diastolic BP. We never give decimals, but these are the continuous data. You can take example. When I was in 2007, I was in bedside and I used to take BP of the patients. So with the BP apparatus, so I have to write down in even number, not odd number, in even number. By mistake, I cannot write down in even odd number. I have to have write down the BP in even numbers. 120 by 86, 146 by 80. But that time I could not write down in 131 by 87, yeah, 133 by 86, because that time odd number was not allowed. But now what happened? We can write down BP in odd number also. Yeah, so this is like changes. That time we don't have monitors, so much monitors, but now we have monitors. So this is systolic and diastolic BP. Even if it doesn't have decimals, these are the continuous data. And you can take these are the exceptions. अपवाद सभी में होते हैं, तो you can take these are the अपवाद, but we have to take in as systolic BP and diastolic BP in continuous data. You have to remember. And but now qualitative data. These are the tells about the quality of anything. We cannot give numbers. Okay, so these are the male or female, gender, religion, color, different type of color, religion, different type of religion, behavior, personalities, day, night, afternoon, good night. These are the alive and dead, good and bad, etc. So these are the qualities and many more things. So we have to understand whenever we are going to collect the data, and what we data collect, we have to understand this is quantitative data or this is qualitative data. And this is continuous data and this is a discrete data. After that, we can perform the statistical test. Now, level of measurements. You know very well about these are the level of measurements, but you have to understand this level of measurements. एक बार और आपको understand करना पड़ेगा कि what are the level of measurements. So these are the familiar, nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. What the meaning of these things? Nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. Short form, mnemonic is NOIR. We know. When we talk about the nominal, attributes are only named as, ये सबसे weak होता है. When we talk about the ordinal, attributes can be ordered, data variable can be ordered. But when we talk about the nominal, we cannot order. We cannot order, ये ऊपर है, ये नीचे है, ये ऐसा है, ये वैसा है, ये उससे अच्छा है, ये उससे बुरा है. We have to think. For example, when we talk about gender, मेल और फीमेल, क्या हम कह सकते हैं कि मेल अच्छा है और फीमेल से मेल अच्छे हैं, या फीमेल अच्छे हैं मेल से? हम नहीं कह सकते हैं. और अगर हमने ये पब्लिकली कह दिया तो दूसरे दिन न्यूज़पेपर में इश्यूज आ जाएंगे. मीन्स जो डाटा है, जो वेरिएबल हैं, उसको हम चाह कर भी हम ऑर्डर नहीं कर सकते. जब हम उसको ऑर्डर ही नहीं कर सकते तो वी कैनॉट थिंक अबाउट इंटरवल एंड रेशियो. अगर हम उसको ऑर्डर ही नहीं कर सकते तो हम इंटरवल और रेशियो में जा ही नहीं सकते. जिस वेरिएबल को हम ऑर्डर नहीं कर सकते, चाह कर भी ऑर्डर नहीं कर सकते, करके दिखाओ, कोई बोल के दिखाओ कि फीमेल्स आर बेटर देन मेल्स और मेल्स आर बेटर देन फीमेल्स, ऑर्डर दो। मुझे लग रहा है कल ही न्यूज़पेपर में वो सारी चीजें आ जाएगी, या हो सकता है सारे न्यूज़पेपर वाले आपके पास आ जाएंगे। तो दिस इज ए ब्यूटी ऑफ नॉमिनल। नंबर टू, रिलीजन। हिंदूज आर बेटर देन मुस्लिम एंड देन सिख एंड देन ईसाई, बोल के दिखाओ, क्या होगा? यू कैन थिंक। हम चाहकर भी उसको नहीं दे सकते ऑर्डर, दैट इज नॉमिनल। कुछ और भी होगा। कलर, कलर में भी आप देखोगे, ठीक है ना, कलर में भी हम ऑर्डर नहीं दे सकते। दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस। ओके, सो वी हैव टू थिंक, वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द डाटा। नेम, किसी का नेम है, किसी का कलर है, वी कैन नॉट गिव एनी ऑर्डर। अगर हमने ऑर्डर दिया उसको, उसको ऑर्डर के हिसाब से किया, तो क्या होगा? कुछ इश्यूज बनेंगे। तो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस कि इसको अगर ऑर्डर देते ही कुछ इश्यू बनेगा, इट मीन्स ये नॉमिनल है। जब आप उसको ऑर्डर ही नहीं दे सकते, ठीक है, ऑर्डिनल में ही नहीं डाल सकते, इट मीन्स यू कैनॉट पुट इट इनटू इंटरवल और रेशियो, दीज आर दी हायर लेवल ऑफ मेजरमेंट। तो सबसे पहले आपको सोचना है रेशियो के बारे में। कोई भी डाटा आपने लिया, सबसे पहले रेशियो के बारे में सोचना है, ठीक है। अगर वो रेशियो में फिट बैठ रहा है, देन यू हैव टू थिंक, अगर ओके इट्स अ रेशियो फिट, ओके, अदरवाइज यू हैव टू लाइक टेक इन, यू हैव टू कंसीडर इट इन इंटरवल स्केल। अगर उसमें, आई विल एक्सप्लेन अबाउट इंटरवल एंड रेशियो, अगर उसमें फिट नहीं बैठा, देन यू हैव टू थिंक अबाउट ऑर्डिनल। अगर उसमें भी ठीक वो नहीं बैठ रहा फिट, देन यू हैव टू टेक, फिर नॉमिनल में तो सब आ जाते हैं। So you have to understand data. Now ordinal. Ordinal you can give order according to rank. You can give rank. For example, in exams, the students are getting ranks first, second, third. But when we talk about the ordinal, then we have to think first. Think about interval. In interval, the distance or interval between two subjects, okay, between two subjects is meaningful. But in ordinal, it's not meaningful. For example, जो फर्स्ट रैंक आया है और जो सेकंड रैंक आया है, हो सकता है कि उनके बीच में जो डिफरेंस बिटवीन नंबर इज ओनली 1, ओनली 2 एंड ओनली 3। सो फॉर एग्जांपल, फर्स्ट रैंक एंड सेकंड रैंक, number distance is only 1, okay. Second rank and third rank, number difference is maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, but that candidate got second rank or third rank. So from first to second, it's only one difference. And from second to third, it's 4 or 5 difference. So interval is not equal. Interval is not equal between 2 or 3 distance. So when equal interval is not equal or distance is not equal, these are called ordinal data. For example, disease severity, minor, moderate, severe, but we don't know कि moderate is how much moderate than minor and severe is how much severe than moderate. So these are the ordinal data. For example, education status, okay, first primary, illiterate, primary, secondary, and graduates. So difference between these, interval between these is not exact. For example, one may take to complete is 10 plus 2, 1 year or 2 year, and one may take more than 3 to 4 years. So interval between these two things are not equal. So we have to give, these are the ordinal data. And when we talk about interval or ratio, so we have to think about ratio first and then interval. In ratio, there is a absolute zero. And what the meaning of absolute zero? And this is a ratio scale. So I want to explain this absolute zero. Absolute zero means if we give zero to anything, thing, it means there is nothing. For example, weight of the baby. Weight of the baby is 0 kg. It means कोई weight है ही नहीं. Height, if anything is 0 meter, it means height कुछ है ही नहीं. It means कि if the scale is height, weight, सिस्टोलिक बीपी 0, डायस्टोलिक बीपी 0, इसका मतलब तो है ही नहीं, कुछ एग्जिस्टेंस ही नहीं है उस चीज का. दैट इज रेशियो स्केल. एंड रेशियो स्केल इज कम, फॉर एग्जांपल, हाइट ऑफ वन पर्सन इज 60, one thing is 60 centimeter and height of another thing is 30 centimeter. So we can divide this, we can make a ratio कि one thing is twice higher in length than second thing. 60 divided by 30 is equal to 2, twice. That is a ratio scale and absolute 0. But when we talk about the interval, so it's a very good thing that for us, interval scale has 3 and 4 type of variable. Number 1, temperature. Number 2, calendar years. These are 2 I want to explain. Temperature. Temperature is, interval is fixed. 4 degrees centigrade, 10 degrees centigrade, 16 degrees centigrade, you can say. So there is a 6 difference, you can say. Okay, but you want to give absolute 0, so there is no absolute 0. For example, 0 degrees centigrade. 0 degrees centigrade, if there is a ratio scale, there is no temperature in this world. But even if 0 degrees centigrade has temperature, 0 degrees centigrade, it means 0 has no value for temperature or interval scale. 0 degree Fahrenheit, no, 0 degree Fahrenheit is also a temperature. We can measure, this is a temperature, there is an existence of things. So there is no absolute 0. But when we talk about the temperature in Kelvin, 0 Kelvin. 0 Kelvin means इस दुनिया में कोई नहीं बचेगा अगर टेम्परेचर 0 केल्विन में हुआ. केल्विन में डिग्री नहीं लगेगा. अगर टेम्परेचर केल्विन में हुआ, इस दुनिया में हर चीज वहीं के वहीं रुक जाएगी, पूरी दुनिया फिनिश हो जाएगी. सो केल्विन, इफ वी मेजर टेम्परेचर इन केल्विन, दैट इज रेशियो स्केल, बिकॉज दैट टेम्परेचर हैज absolute 0. But if we measure temperature in Fahrenheit scale and centigrade scale, these are the interval. So interval has 3 and 4 variable. For example, temperature. जब भी temperature देखो, you have to remember this is a interval scale. बाकी छोड़ दो. This is a interval scale. Okay? जब आप temperature देखो Fahrenheit में, this is a interval scale. Calendar year, this is calendar years, these are the also interval, because this is a 2000 AC or something like that. But when 0 BC, there is a existence of this world, there is no absolute 0, true 0. So it's a इंटरवल स्केल. यू हैव टू रिमेंबर, यू हैव टू थिंक दिस डाटा. और जब भी आप डाटा को कलेक्ट करो, आपको पता होना चाहिए किस में आएगा, बिकॉज अगर आपको ये पता हो गया, देन यू कैन अप्लाई दीज टेस्ट इजीली. एंड व्हाट टेस्ट you can see here? Nominal scale, for example, eye color has only name eye color. You cannot give order. But when we talk about the ordinal scale, for example, level of satisfaction, you can give name level of satisfaction or whatever, and it has natural order. It has order. Dissatisfied, satisfied, very satisfied, you can give order. When we talk about the interval, this is a temperature. You can give name this. Oh, it's a temperature. It's a natural order, because अगर किसी का टेम्परेचर 10 डिग्री है और किसी का 30 डिग्री है, we can say 30 डिग्री is like hotter than 10 degree centigrade. It's a order, but it also has equal interval between variables. 10 degree to 15 degree to 20 degree, exact 5 interval. So you have to remember temperature interval. When we talk about the ratio scale, That's the height, weight, age, systolic BP, diastolic BP, blah blah. Age 0 years, nothing existence. Height 0 centimeter, 0 meter, nothing existence. Length 0 kilometer, कुछ भी नहीं है. That is, it's called a true zero or absolute zero. It has name height, natural order, interval भी है, and then it has a true zero and ratio भी हो सकता है. And why I taught all these things, explained all these things to you, the reason behind it, when we are going to apply statistics, according to level of measurements, the statistics change. So what you can just frequency or percentage or count or mode, you can go for like nominal, ordinal, interval or ratio scale. You can do, no problem. And we will explain, I will explain to you. When we talk about median, minimum, maximum and range, so for nominal you cannot do. You cannot, never do. For sex or gender, please never try to range minimum, maximum and medians. I have seen a lot of like candidates do this. Mean, gender का mean निकाल के आते हैं. This is a gender mean. This is a standard deviation of gender. Okay, very good. So we can, for median, minimum, maximum range, we can perform all these things for ordinal interval ratio. But when we talk about the mean, variance, standard deviation, even median we can perform according in interval and ratio also. So you have to think about this. Now let's start data entry in MS Excel. So today, if we don't have time, no problem, we will discuss tomorrow. So before this, and then now transport the जो हमने data sheet बनाई है in SPSS. Before I'm going to start this, I want to give introduction to SPSS. So this software name originally stood for Statistical Package for the Social Science, SPSS. Later on, changed to Statistical Product and Service Solution. That is also SPSS. So SPSS has two names. And these are the founder of SPSS. And we have to salute these high personalities because they made our life very easy, researchers' life very easy after developing this SPSS software. And we will discuss about enter data in SPSS also. But okay, tomorrow we will discuss this normality hypothesis testing tomorrow, because today I think we don't have time. So no problem. I'm going to start how to enter data in Excel. Please remember 6 rules. Okay. Please remember 6 rules. And so we know where is Excel. This is Excel. Here, this is Microsoft Excel sheet. I want to give name day 1. This sheet I have to click for open. And as I told you that first row variable name and first column is serial number. This is rule of thumb. So this is a first column and variable name is a serial number. As I told you that you have to give underscore. So serial number. You can give this. It's okay, no problem. Serial number. Never give space. Never give space. You have to, if you want to separate variable words, every time you have to give underscore. Why? You can easily understand, you can understand what is variable. Easily you can read this variable. Now, number 2, because it's like most of the from health statistics, health department or so, serial number, then number 2, patient name. I have given this underscore. Now, suppose it's a 2 group or 3 group study, then I can give group. Number 4, age. No need to age in years, or if you have baby and baby, then you have to write down age months. Otherwise, this is adult study and you know you are from adult department. So there is no need, just give age. So first row contains your variable name and first column serial number. Number 2, gender, if you have male or female. But if you are doing study on ops and gynae department, there is no need of gender. So you have to think about, you have to talk with your data. Then suppose this is a religion. Now wait. And what I write these variable, whatever I write these name of the variable, you have to understand scales of measurement, qualitative and quantitative variables. You have to discrete, which is continuous variable, which is ordinal, which is nominal, and which is ratio interval. Because ratio interval is only temperature. Yeah, so it's very easy for us. Now, sometimes what happened, this is a height. You can see height in centimeter, you have to write down. You, if meter, you can write down here, no problem, height or weight. And sometimes what happened, please never do this systolic BP slash diastolic BP. And you will write down here, this is a first number patient, serial number first, name of the patient is S, group number 1, age is around 34, gender is male, religion is Hindu, weight is around 55 kg, height is around 160 centimeter, okay, and systolic BP 122/67. Please never do this mistake. This is only one patient data. And if you have 100 patient, 200, 300, 500, 1000, so it will very difficult to arrange this. It will take time and you don't have time. Everybody is hurry. Everybody has less time. So please never do this. You have to put systolic BP in. I told you that each column has one variable, only one variable, but there are two variable, systolic BP and diastolic BP. So some say that all BP to hai na, but no, it's a two, systolic BP and diastolic BP, two character here, systolic BP and diastolic BP. So you have to enter in separate column. Please never do this. And who are not in like in workshop, you have to go and meet your friends, and when they make this Excel sheet for their thesis, so please tell them, please never do this, because it will be very difficult for a statistician or for themselves to analyze these data. So this is a diastolic BP. Whatever you enter, this is diastolic. And sometimes क्या है SERFT, okay, serum electrolyte renal function test. In one column we have write down. मैंने देखा है sodium, potassium, chloride, and creatinine, and urea, and blah blah blah, whatever. And then, oh, okay, I made this Excel sheet. It's nothing useful. Never give this slash. One column should be or must be in, like one variable should be in, must only one column, must be in one column. So you have to separate this. So it's a like when you start this, so you have to enter your data according to this. Otherwise it will be very difficult once the data enter for around 500 patient and 1000 patient, or even 100 patient, even 50 patient. We don't have time to like correct these things. So from starting you have to sodium, simple thing, sodium, okay, whatever. So this is, I want to give example of this, and we have to enter data. Number 2, okay, number 2 patient, group is suppose group 2 and 56, and this is a female, and this is a like a Sikh, and this is 45 and whatever, 156 centimeter, height 134, and this is 67. So we have to make this data entry according to this. And this is 145 and this is 4.4.5. You have to make. So this is data entry, how to do data entry in Excel sheet. Then after that, you can save this. You can save is on desktop. Day one already saved over there. I have given name already exist. Okay, yes. So I have saved this. Now I want to see my data sheet here. Okay. This is my data sheet. You see, I have entered for some patients. So what are the mistakes in this data sheet? You can see here. What are the mistakes? You have to remember these 6 rules. You have to remember these 6 rules. What are the problem in data sheet? You have to. Number 1, first column must be have serial number. And first row must be have variable name. From second row, observation or data of the patient must be started. But what happened in this? Data entered started from observation started from third one. So we have to change it. And I have to see this. And this is, there is a case group, case and control study. So you can see this is above, these are the case, below these are the control. There are some missing values. So you have to see these. Okay. And this is longer format, case and control. And I want to see wider format of, so if there is a follow-up, these are the data. You can see the variable name starts from second row. So we have to change it. So these are the, I think, baseline. So it means there is a baseline. It means there is a follow-up. So it's a also, it's a longer and also wider because these are the follow-up. This is a 3-month follow-up study. Okay. This is 3-month follow-up study, WHO quality of life and something, whatever. So we have to rectify it. So I have seen that each column you can see here variable name is given. And these are the, so I can remove this. I should click this, select this. I have to put this cursor on number 1. Okay, so this is selected. For example, if I put on 3 number, so it is selected. You can see there is a darker. So I have to remove this first, right click and then delete. So I can delete it easily. Select and right click, select it and right click, because this number 1 row variable, there is no need of this for me. So right click and delete. So now from number 1 row I have variables, so it's very good. But from column number 1 I have to insert serial number, because first column for serial number always. So I have to insert here column number 1. So what I have to do, I have to click, I have to bring my cursor on A, I have to click here and this highlighted column, then I have to click right side of my pad and this column come and then insert. So this column comes. I have inserted 1 column. Then I have to give serial number, S number. Now I have to enter data like serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and up to, I don't know, up to 61. So it will take time. So it's, I want to explain in a shortcut way. You have to type 1. You can type, you have, and then 2, only just 1 and 2, and then you have to bring your cursor back on 1, then you have to click on, press the shift button and down arrow button. So this will comes like this. Okay, again click here, then shift button and then down arrow, because I want to select also 2, so down arrow. And then this you have to bring your cursor on this icon a little bit point, and when you bring your cursor on this square point, you can see here this is the cursor is a plus and this is white plus. When you bring your cursor here, it black automatically color change, so it's okay. Then you have to press your pad and then this is your serial number. It's very easy. So if you have 500, 1000, even 1 lakhs, you can enter using this. If you don't have serial number before in your Excel sheet, nowadays in Google form, there is no serial number, but you have to. And what's the main importance of serial number? I will tell when I transfer or import data in SPSS, then this serial number is very important. So I focus on this, okay, how to enter serial number, and you have to enter serial number. So I have entered. Suppose, and I have seen that, okay, this is a patient name underscore a group, yeah, height and weight. This is under, like you can see here in bracket kg. You can, like I told you, if you want to like put here kg, so underscore kg. Now height, then underscore, sorry, centimeter. You can change your variable name. Okay, then what you see, again this is a big mistake. And what the mistake, I think you have understood about this. What the mistake? Systolic BP / diastolic BP and 60%. अगर मैं किसी को बोलूं इसको ठीक करके दो मुझे 10 मिनट में, हालत खराब हो जाएगी. And even sodium and potassium. And even you can see in comorbidities also, you can see देखो headache and hypertension. So it will take also time to like, because I told you in the if the variable has these slash and other marks, then you cannot analyze your data in SPSS. Even in SPSS, not in SPSS, even other statistical software, you never analyze these data. If you want to analyze the systolic BP and diastolic BP, sodium and potassium, I want mean of this systolic BP and diastolic BP and sodium and potassium, you cannot do. Even in Excel, you cannot do. Even in Excel, you cannot do. So you have to separate systolic BP in separate column. You have to write down, and diastolic BP in separate column, sodium in separate column, and potassium separate column. You have to write down. Then we can perform. So this exercise I'll give you. I think we have sent this Excel sheet to you. So perform this exercise. Please separate this systolic BP and diastolic BP, sodium and potassium. Only just this. And then we will analyze data tomorrow on this. Otherwise, you never calculate mean and median or anything. So this is the beauty of Excel sheet, and you have to understand data. Mainly, you have to understand data. Now, suppose I have to enter 60. This is a 60%, and 2 and 3% I want to enter in this. Now I have 70%. In this study, now I have 70%. So I have to enter data of 10% more. So when I enter and when I scroll down, okay, bring my and then press here, hold it and then scroll down, then this is space, and I want to enter my data 61%. And name of the patient, okay, name of this is the name of the patient I know, but when I go here, and what are the things? These are things I forgot. Okay, what are the things? Not remember. So So you can do this thing. Okay, what is NNN for this? Which variable? I don't know. So again, you have to perform one more thing. In Excel sheet, you have to freeze your data. So you have to click here, or maybe here. You have to click, or maybe here, just below the first row. Just below the first row, you have to click. So suppose I have to click here. And then in view, there is a view button. Top of the screen, there is a view button. I have to click here, and then there is a freeze pans. I have to click this freeze pan. I have to click, first I have to click here, because I want to freeze this first row, so that if I enter data below 60, I can see these variables, first row variables. So I have to freeze. So just click here in view, and then this is a freeze button. Hey, there is, I think, this is a freeze button. You can see here, this is freeze pans. You have to click this freeze pans. In view, there is a freeze pans. You have to click here, freeze pans. So you can see there is a some like two lines comes here. Two lines come here. Okay. And now you can enter data. When you scroll down this, so you are seeing these variables in first row. Now you can easily enter data, whatever you want. Okay, what is it? What is this? This is a functional vision. Okay, I can enter easily data, no problem. And what is this? These are the, so it's a beauty of Excel. You can, and you also know that these are the like patient name and serial number also. When you like scroll down this in wider format, so these two columns and one row we have freezed. Okay, now this is how to enter data in Excel. Now how to import data in Excel. Tomorrow we will discuss, because there is a shortage of time. I know I can like demo, there is no problem for me, but it's already 7:15. So I will demo you how to import this Excel sheet in SPSS. So I have to open first SPSS. So I want to close this. Okay, if okay, there I have changed some things. Lot of things I have changed. So I have to save. Okay. Now I want to enter this SPS Excel sheet. Okay. Now I enter this final Excel sheet. I will enter. Okay. In this, how to enter this final Excel sheet. There are three ways. And what are the ways I will demo you? This is SPSS software. I have to click here to open it, and I have to wait. I must have patience for this. I have to wait, and you also have to wait. So this is SPSS sheet. You can see here same as Excel sheet, but there are some difference between this. So this is file, view, data, transform, analyze, graphs. These are 7 buttons. And generally we need these 7 buttons. Mostly analyze, transform, data, graph, and file. Mostly we are using these 5 buttons. And this is a variable view, data view, sorry, this is a data view. You can see these are the variables. And you see here, left side below of this screen, you can see here, this is a data view. This is data view. And when I click this variable view, you can see here, so this is variable view. Name of the variable, type of the variable, width, decimal. So you know discrete variable doesn't have decimal. Nominal and ordinal maybe sometime ordinal, like ordinal interval and ratio have decimals, but not nominal and ordinal, or even discrete type of. Then label, values, missing column alignment, and measures. When we click this measures, when we enter this data, we will find out what are the ordinal and nominal. So what are the ordinal variable and what are the nominal variable? We have to, when we enter here, serial number. So this is a scale type of variable. When we enter here name of the patient, this is a nominal type. When we enter here severity of the disease, then this is a ordinal type of. We have to remember this. Okay. So this is variable data view, and that is a variable view. You can see here. And now I can enter data in SPSS. There is a no problem. And I can directly I can enter, but always transport your like import your Excel sheet in this SPSS sheet. So it is very good thing. So there are three ways to import Excel sheet into SPSS sheet. First, you have to click this file. Then you have to click this open, and you have to click this data. You have to click this file to import Excel sheet, final Excel sheet. You have to click open and then data. And when I click it, this window will comes. And what I see, because I have make this IMBSS 2020 day wise schedule, and my Excel sheet is here, but I'm not looking. When I click here, there is no SPSS sheet. Okay, Excel sheet. These are the SPSS. The reason behind it, because files types of the file or files of type is selected, default is SPSS. When I click here, I have to select Excel sheet. And as soon I select Excel sheet, my Excel files are coming. SPSS gone. And I told you that I have to, I want to import this final Excel sheet. So I have to click this one time. So this file came here, final Excel sheet. Then I have to click open, and I have to wait, and this window pop up. And I know that when you see here, click here, there is only one sheet, Excel sheet. There are sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So only in one sheet there is my data. So it's a very good thing for me. And please see it. These three box always checked. This is a read variable names from first row of data, first row of Excel sheet. Okay. So I know that variable name must be from first row. So I have to click. Sometimes it's unchecked, so I have to check it. You can see here in preview, when it's unchecked, so these variable name comes in rows, okay, below this. And these are the variable name. And I want these variable name in this variable name entry. So I have to click here. And when I click here, you can see in preview change, you can see easily. This is, so now it's okay. I have to click OK. I have to wait, and this data came here. Excel data came here. This is patient name. This is a group. This is age. This is gender. This is religion, weight, height, duration, and systolic BP and diastolic BP. You can see here in this format. And you see these are the three balloon, three circle, and then A. A is for alphabets, A, B, C, D. It means it is a string type variable. A, B, C, D alphabets are called string. And you can see this is string type, and measures is a nominal. Okay. So this is a string type. We cannot perform any statistics on this mean, median, because we know systolic BP, diastolic BP is all our ratio variable. We cannot get median, mean, SD. in this format. We have to change this format. So we have to perform some like modify our SPSS sheet. As I told you that please do, if you have Excel sheet we have sent, so please do, you have to make systolic BP and diastolic BP in separate column. Okay, so these are the data. And when we click here, this is serial number. I can see here, I can scroll down, you can see 60 patients. Okay, this is 60 patients. Then I have to put like click here and scroll left to right. Then I have seen, okay, this is a WHO scale, and then this is okay. And when I want to see variable view, I have to click here and I can see my variable here with these things. So you can see serial number. Serial number is always numeric, width 2, and what is width and what is decimal, because there is no decimal in serial number. The decimal in only weight and height. Why decimal? You can understand easily. Value none, missing none, column 12, right side. You can see every time numerical value. You can see here numerical value, numerical age, numerical height or weight, numerical. You can see these are in alignment is every time is right. So you can differentiate easily. And what is right and left you can see in data view. Just click on data view window and you can see age is in the right side of this column, but when we talk about the gender, then it's come in a left side. So you can easily remember, okay, it's a numerical and it's a string type of variable. So I have to change. So you have to, okay, like group, case and control and the name, these are the nominal variable. So these are the and string type of variable. So these are coming in left. But when we talk about the weight and height, these are coming in right side. So you have to remember this. This is first type of how to import data from Excel to SPSS. I want to just give how to calculate mean, median and frequency. So what I have to click here. For example, I want to calculate age. Age is a ratio type variable. So I want to calculate mean, SD, minimum, maximum, median, minimum, maximum, median. And I have to see if there is any problem in this data entry, any like outliers or error. So I have to see. So I just click this, analyze, descriptive statistics, frequency, click here. This window will comes, and whatever variable I want to perform descriptive statistics, I have to select, for example, age. Select it and then click this arrow. So this age is comes in variable window. And in statistics for median, mean, interquartile range, I have to click here. Then I have to select these mean, median, whatever I want, quartiles, standard deviation, and always, please always get your minimum and maximum. Sometimes what happened, there is a mistyping. We can make some error during data entry. So for minimum age and maximum age, we can get okay, it's like in our according to our inclusion and exclusion criteria. For example, your inclusion criteria is like 18 to 80 years, but by mistake you have entered 92 years, one patient. So when we get maximum, then you can easily find out, okay, it's a, and when if there is a patient with 15 years, because your entry like inclusion criteria is 18 to 90, 80 years, and one patient is with 15 years. So when we get minimum, then you can identify easily. Then click OK. And click this OK again. So we'll get in, this is the output window, output 1. This is output. Okay, you can get it. 60, there is no missing. Mean is 52.27. and median is this window is visible, sir. This window is visible or not? Can anybody tell me?
Yeah, it is visible, Dr. Ashok.
Okay. Thank you,
Please
sir.
go ahead.
Okay, so this is a mean 52.27, median 52. So it's around equal. It means this is there is a normal distribution. We will talk later. This is a standard deviation. Minimum is 18. But what about maximum? 160 years. What happened? 160 years. So it's a outlier or 160 years ka to koi. I think it's because I have collected data. So there is a mistake. So this is a logical mistakes because पता है हमें 160 years का नहीं हो सकता. So it means इसका जो mean SD और median वगैरह निकला सब गलत है. So I have to identify 160 and I have to check with my records name of the patient. So I have to first check from this SPSS sheet. So for this I have to this is minimize button. I have to click here. So this is my SPSS sheet. And how can I, this is, suppose this is only 60 patients data. Suppose this is a 600 patients data or 1000 data. So it will be very difficult. Where is 160? So what do simple you have to follow this step. You have to click this age button here because I want to correct this age. So I just click this age button here. So whole column will be selected. Then right click because this is a problem in maximum age. So I have to sort according to descending. So maximum number will come up. So I have to click this. Then what happened? Oh, it says 160 and case and R number of patients and serial number 15. So I see my records. Oh, it's only 60. It's a, by mistake, it's a 160 and I will correct it. Now again, I will analyze this data. So what happened? You have to suppose 160. Okay. If I want to make same like SPSS sheet before this sorting, so I have to unsort this. So what now the value of this serial number? You have to click this serial number here. Now right click and then sort ascending. This is the previous one. So this is the beauty of serial number. So what if you want to correct that 160, right click. ढूंढने की need नहीं है, just right click. Select right click and sort descending. If you do sort ascending, then 160 comes bottom. So it's very easy, no problem. Or otherwise, okay, no, हम ऊपर ही देख के काम कर लेंगे. Then sort descending. And then, oh, it's a 60 years. Okay, it's a 60. I have corrected this. Just जैसे सेम जैसे एक्सेल में करते हैं वैसा हमने करेक्ट कर दिया इसको. Then सेम मुझे वही एक्सेल शीट चाहिए पहले वाली. Then I have to click on serial number and then sort ascending. Right click and then sort ascending. Click serial number, select serial number, right click and then sort ascending. Okay, same cheese. Now I will get my correct. I can see. Okay, maximum is 18. I know. So now it will be some different from that. Age, all the ages comes here already. I have selected all these things, continue, and then okay. Then there is something changes you can see in standard deviation. And you know meaning of standard deviation. And then is minimum is 18 and maximum is 72 because I have like this is my inclusion criteria 18 to 80 years. Then this is a 25 is quartile. This is median. Yeah, this is the first quartile, 25th percentile, first quartile. 50th is median. So 50 median is 52 and you can see here median is also 52. And this is a third quartile 75, 61.75. These are the percentile, all these things. And I don't need this type of, because this is a continuous data. Okay, quantitative data, and this is age. I don't need this. So okay, I can click here. It is selected. Red arrow is comes here. I just click here. Red arrow comes, and then click button delete. It goes. Otherwise, second, you can go analyze, descriptive, and now statistics. I think there is a problem in, okay, analyze, descriptive, frequency. Just click this button, display frequency table. Just declick, uncheck, and then okay. Then this that output will not come. That table will not come. Okay, these are my mean, median, ST. You can make tables. You have to make table in Word. Okay, so this is how to do mean, median, and number two, for because I know that gender कितने मेल है और कितने फीमेल है. So just I have to click here, analyze, descriptive statistics. Again, because this is
Hello, Ashok sir. Sorry to interrupt you. Hello, Ashok sir, your voice is not audible.
okay. Then I have to click here, age, and then click here this button. So this age will come here. Then I have to select this gender, and then click this arrow because I need this frequency table. I don't need these mean, median, quartile. We know very well. So I have to declick all these things for first. And now continue. Okay, there is no problem. Then I need this display frequency table. So whenever we want percentage and frequency, we have to click this, then okay. So there is some error also. You can see here, F small letter, F capital letter, M small letter, M capital letter, and MF. And what is it? I don't know. This is one. This is a male or female? Both. No, it's like something like cosmetic error. Which is this? So I have to correct these things. So I think we will discuss tomorrow about this, and with these two types more, how to import data in SPSS from two different ways. So I second day tomorrow we will discuss from different way, and third day we will discuss how to import data by third way. So day by day we will discuss. So tomorrow we will correct this gender, we will correct systolic BP and diastolic BP and other things, and we will perform our normality distribution. Because in tomorrow there is a non-parametric and parametric test. So before starting parametric and non-parametric, it is necessary to know the distribution of the data, that is normally distributed or not normal distributed. So we will discuss tomorrow. Thank you. I think it's a very late. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
हाँ जी सर.
You have explained very well. And
Thank you,
we
sir.
have got only few questions.
Okay.
That is, one is how to enter the data for follow-up study.
Follow-up study. How to enter data for follow-up
For follow-up
study
study.
in Excel sheet or SPSS?
In Excel, sir.
Oh, in Excel sheet. No problem, sir. So you can see here, this is a final Excel sheet. Because this is a follow-up, so I have to enter data in a wider format. So suppose this is a patient number 1, and this I know that it's a baseline data and even it's a 3-month data. So you can see here, and I have to click here, and then in view I have to freeze panes. Please remember this. Then you can remember this R patient. Otherwise, what happened? R will be hidden. So scroll this, and these are the demographic. These are the baseline data. Okay, this is baseline data. So you have to make some like corrections here. You can this is a baseline data. So you have to click here underscore baseline. So you can differentiate easily. This is a baseline WHO domain, and in follow-up, so you have to go here. You can see here, these are the follow-up. Residual 3-month post-op, hormone 3-month post-op. This is a follow-up. And one column has one variable only. And when you see here WHO domain, this is a WHO domain 3-month underscore post-op. This is follow-up data. So this is case 1. You can see here. So this is a wider format. It's on like 6 months. So then you have to scroll this and you have to enter data here, WHO or whatever, WHO domain 6 months, 1 underscore 6 month. And then you have to enter data for this. So this is how to enter data in a follow-up studies. So it will be very long Excel sheet. No problem. You have to have fun with this. You have to play with this. Okay, sir.
Okay,
Got
sir.
it, sir?
Thank you very much. And remaining questions, I think you have answered all the questions.
Okay.
And people are enjoying very well. And I think it's very informative session.
Oh, thank you,
Just
sir.
a small, means a few things people were asking is only they want to continue our class in English. That's the only query.
Okay, no problem,
we
no
have received.
problem. I can.
Because
There's
we
no
have
problem.
participants from all over India and from other part of country also we have the participants.
No problem,
So,
no problem. Yeah.
That's all, sir. I think the session was very good.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
If you have
Thank you very much
any
for
other
the participants.
questions?
No, sir. There we have got few questions that you have answered during the presentation.
Okay. No problem, sir. No problem.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
all
sir.
the
Thank you.
participants.
Okay.